My name is Mary Jane, and in this video, I want to talk about something that silently damages more relationships than cheating, distance, or even arguments. It's something that sounds small, almost harmless, but if you don't understand it, you will keep repeating the same frustration in every relationship you enter. Here it is. Men usually talk to fix. Women usually talk to feel. And when these two intentions collide, both people feel misunderstood. Let me explain. When a woman starts talking about a problem, she's often not looking for a solution. She's trying to understand how she feels. She's trying to release emotional pressure. She's trying to feel connected. Talking helps her breathe. But when a man hears a problem, his mind immediately goes into action mode. What's the issue? What caused it? How do we solve it? This response comes from care, not from arrogance. Most men genuinely want to help, but help doesn't always look like fixing. Imagine this situation. She tells you, "I had a really hard day. I felt invisible at work." And you respond with, "Why didn't you speak up? You should be more confident. Next time, do this." From your point of view, you're offering strength and guidance. From her point of view, she feels like you skipped right over her emotions. What she hears is not advice. What she hears is, "You're handling this wrong." And slowly, she stops sharing. Here's the part that most men don't realize. When a woman feels emotionally supported, she often finds her own solutions. But when she feels corrected or minimized, she loses trust in the connection. Women don't talk because they're weak. They talk because emotions move when they're expressed. Men, on the other hand, were often taught the opposite. Many men learned early on that expressing emotion makes you vulnerable, and vulnerability can be dangerous. So instead of feeling, they act. They fix. They move forward. They push through. And again, that's not wrong. It's just incomplete when it comes to relationships. Here's a key idea I want you to really sit with. Listening is not passive. Listening is active presence. When a woman talks, she's watching your reactions, not just your words, your body language, your tone, your patience. She's asking herself questions like, is he here with me? Or is he waiting for me to stop talking? Does he care about how I feel, or just how fast this ends? And no, she won't say these questions out loud, but they shape how safe she feels with you. Let me be very clear about something. Being a man who listens does not make you weak. It makes you grounded. It shows emotional strength, the ability to stay present even when emotions are uncomfortable. Real masculinity is not emotional avoidance. It's emotional stability. Another common mistake men make is trying to cheer a woman up too quickly. She says she's sad, and you immediately say, "Don't think like that. Be positive. It's not that bad." But sadness doesn't disappear because you told it to. Emotions need acknowledgement before they can move on. What helps instead? Simple sentences. Grounded sentences. "I hear you. That sounds heavy. I can see why that hurt you. I'm here." These words don't solve anything. And that's why they work. They communicate presence. And presence builds trust. Now, let's talk about silence. When men don't know what to say, they often go quiet. They withdraw. They shut down. But to a woman, silence feels loud. It feels like rejection, like distance, like she's alone with her emotions. She may keep talking because she's trying to reach you. And the more you pull away, the more anxious she becomes. This creates a painful loop. She talks more because she feels unsafe. You shut down because you feel overwhelmed. Both of you feel misunderstood. And neither of you is wrong. You're just speaking different emotional languages. The solution is not to become someone else. It's to learn when fixing helps and when listening matters more. Here's a simple rule you can remember. If she didn't ask for advice, don't give it. Instead, ask one powerful question. Do you want me to listen, or do you want help solving this? That question alone can change the entire dynamic. It shows respect. It shows awareness. It shows emotional intelligence. Another thing many men underestimate is how deeply women remember moments of emotional support. She might forget what you bought her. She might forget where you went. But she will never forget how you made her feel when she was vulnerable. Those moments create emotional memory. And emotional memory is the foundation of attachment. Now, let's address something important. Sometimes men say, "But she talks about the same problem over and over." And yes, that can happen. But repetition usually means the emotion was never fully processed. Not that she enjoys complaining, but that she never felt fully heard. Once emotions are acknowledged, they lose intensity. They settle. And when a woman feels safe expressing emotions, she actually becomes calmer over time, not more dramatic. Healthy communication doesn't drain energy. Miscommunication does. Another truth that matters: women don't want to be managed. They want to be met. They don't want someone above them or someone controlling the direction. They want a partner standing beside them, someone emotionally available, someone stable, someone who doesn't disappear when emotions enter the room. This is where many relationships quietly fail, not because of betrayal, but because of emotional absence. Two people in the same room, but emotionally miles apart. Learning to listen without fixing is one of the strongest skills a man can develop, not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships, family, and even leadership. People trust those who make them feel understood. If this resonates with you, you're not behind, you're learning. Most men were never taught this. They were never modeled this. Growth starts with awareness. In my ebook, Understanding Her, I go deeper into this exact dynamic and explain how to communicate without losing yourself or your masculinity. You'll find the link in the description if you want to explore it further. This series is not about changing who you are. It's about expanding how you connect, because strength without empathy creates distance, and empathy without strength creates imbalance. But when both exist together, relationships become safe, honest, and real. My name is Mary Jane, and in the next video, we're going to talk about emotional intelligence, what it really means, and why it matters more than confidence. Stay with me.